Okay, I just got off of work. It's like 5:30 now. It's been a really long time since I've done a video like this. I think the last time I made a video, kind of like a diary entry kind of thing, was on my, I think my 19th birthday. So I was a sophomore in college and I just turned 19 and I had just gotten my septum done. That was my little birthday present to myself. And I don't know, that day was really weird for me because it was my first birthday that I ever spent like completely by myself. I didn't have friends really at that time. But yeah, like I was saying, I spent that day by myself and I don't know, 19 was a really weird year for me. That year was the most depressed I've ever been in my life. Yeah. I don't know. I just remember not really caring about anything at all, really. Um, damn. Damn. I don't know. I just didn't have the energy for it. I didn't have the emotional capacity for it. I remember that year I literally hated being sober. I was either smoking or taking edibles all day, every day. I would skip class, not do my homework. I just didn't give a fuck about anything really. But yeah, that was when my depression and anxiety was at its worst. But yeah, I honestly don't know how I clawed my way out of that because that shit genuinely felt like rock bottom. I didn't have friends at all. Um, which I mean, I've gotten used to. At that point in my life, I had already gotten used to being alone, I guess. I've been shy and very introverted all of my life and very socially anxious. So being alone was already something that I had been used to because all of my life I've always been really to myself, really introverted, kind of a loner, an outsider, a black sheep, however you want to put it. But yeah, I've always felt very different from everybody else because growing up in New York City, everybody is so extroverted and everybody's just so out there and not afraid to be themselves. And that was the complete opposite for me. Like, I would have friends, but they would all be extroverted and they would always have something to do after school. They would always go and hang out with somebody after school, or, they were just always so busybodied. But me, I would go to school, come back home, and rinse and repeat. But yeah, growing up, I'd always been very to myself, very introverted, shy, outsider, black sheep. And I even felt that way sometimes in my own family because, again, my family, especially my dad and my sister, they're very extroverted and they're very sociable. Um, but me, I find comfort and peace when I am by myself. Whenever I'm like around too many people, especially people that I don't know, I I don't know, I get insanely uncomfortable and I try to make conversation with people if I am in a situation like that. It's hard for me to kind of think of shit to say when all I can think in my head is, oh my god, I'm so anxious. Why am I acting like this? Do they think I'm weird? Do they think I don't like them just because I'm not talking as much? But in my head, I'm trying so hard to come off as normal and extroverted as my family. I physically cannot do it because all I can think about is how anxious I am and how weird I feel in that moment. And I feel like I'm saying all this to say that it's insane how I was all of those years and on my 19th birthday up until now, 3 years later, I'm 22, and my life is so different now. It almost feels like I woke up and everything just changed. I don't want to say overnight, but it's like I'm just trying to figure out where the pivot was and I generally cannot figure it out. But yeah, I'm about to hit 30,000 subscribers on YouTube and that shit is fucking insane. It's currently October. So it hasn't even been a full year since I decided to start doing YouTube, but YouTube has always been a dream of mine since I was a kid, but especially on the days where I would come home from school being down on myself for not being the same way that my classmates were or not being as extroverted or as sociable as everybody else in my school. I would go home, turn on YouTube, and watch all these people that would just immediately comfort me and make me feel like I wasn't alone, I guess you could say. And I still had friends. I still had a best friend who I still talk to this day. And I would still have friends that I could sit with at lunch and talk to and everything like that. But it wasn't on the same bond as I saw everybody else have. I wouldn't say I was jealous of it, but it kind of made me look inward and make me think what was wrong with me, why there was something about me that just couldn't allow myself to show my personality and to, I guess, give people something to work with. When it came to getting to know me, I don't know, because I feel like when I was like 4 or 5 years old, I had a lot more personality. I just don't know where it all shifted into pure utter anxiety and introvertedness. But yeah, I would go home from school and turn on YouTube and immediately be comforted by people who were just like me, or people who would kind of make me forget about my anxiety or how bad I felt after coming home from school. And I'll watch their videos and I would think that was what I wanted to do. In the way that these people were so comforting to me, I wanted to be a source of comfort for somebody else, a source of comfort for somebody who was just like me, a source of comfort for people who had anxiety like me. And the fact that now today, all these years later, constantly get messages about people saying that I'm their favorite YouTuber, that I'm their comfort creator, or messages from people saying how seen they feel by me because they can relate to how I am. It's just crazy because I had always dreamt and hoped for that, but there was honestly a part of me who thought that this could never be me. And I'm sure that growing up, people in school who know me for my shy and anxious self, they could have never seen this for me either, and I don't blame them at all. But yeah, it's just insane that I'm here doing what I love, and that everything I had ever dreamt of when I was growing up is coming to fruition now. But yeah, I'm just very, very grateful for everything. And I hope that 5 years from now, or even a year from now, I'm still doing this and that I still am that creator for people out there. I have zero clue if I'm gonna post this or not. I highly doubt it because this is a lot. I'm just at a point in my life where I am genuinely the happiest I've ever been in my fucking life, and that is crazy to me. Thinking that 3 years ago I was genuinely at my worst and I did not care if I lived or died, or did not care if I just didn't give a shit about anything. And now, exactly 3 years later, I am the happiest I've ever been. Sometimes I catch myself smiling at literally nothing, and I don't know if it's weird or not. But yeah, I just find myself just smiling and just being happy, and I could not tell you the last time I was ever this happy in my life. Probably when I was in my mother's womb. That was the last time I've ever been this happy, because I had zero consciousness when I was up in there. But yeah, I'm very, very happy, and I am glad that I'm in a position where I can do what I love and do something that I've been dreaming of for the longest time ever. And if I do end up posting this, I want to say to whoever has felt like a loner or an outsider or a black sheep at any point in their life, to anybody who deals with depression or anxiety or anything that just burdens them or makes them feel like, or anything that's not making you the happiest you can be, we got this. Because genuinely 3 years ago, if you had told me I would be here doing this and actually happy, there's no way in hell I would have believed you. Unhappiness is not forever. I know it feels like it can be. Having dreams and willing yourself to get up and go after them every day gives you the hope that you need to feel in those moments. But yeah, regardless of those voices in your head that's telling you that you can't do something or that you are not worthy of something, believe me, those bitches are wrong. They're wrong as fuck, okay? You can do anything that your little heart desires. And if you feel like nobody believes in you, I believe in you. Keep going. You got this. I love you. I'm doing this for all of us. With my content, I feel like the biggest reason I do this is because of everything that I've went through in my life. And that heavy, burdening feeling of being alone is the main reason why I go so hard, is to connect all of us, connect every person who ever feels alone, because we never truly are alone on this earth. Yeah, if there's anything I want somebody to take from this, is that even if we are alone, quote unquote, we can all be alone together. But yeah, I just hope that when I'm 25, when I'm 30, I'm still doing everything that I love. I'm still this happy, and I can look back and say that I accomplished everything that I've ever wanted to in my life. But yeah, I don't know the next point in my life where I am gonna make another one of these, but I hope the next time that I do one of these, I will be just as happy doing exactly what I want to be doing exactly what I love, and that I am happy, healthy, and smiling just as big as I am now. Um, but yeah. But yeah, see you in another 3 years, I guess. I don't know.